Hey, I'm Dark Note. In this video, I'll be talking about Heizhou team comps. TLDR, any team that can utilize a forward-descent shred and can utilize the Thrilling Tales attack buff can use Heizhou. The anemo character pool is still very small, so him being an anemo already makes him decent, especially for new players or players who don't have other anemo characters. That being said, I'll go over the 3 common teams that I can see him being used in. First is the national team. Now, I made this video a while back with Chi National just to show that pretty much anyone can work with the national core. While Chi didn't do much in that team, Heizhou actually will because he's an anemo character and he can run forward descent to shred pyro resistance for Xiangling and hydro resistance for Xingqiu, as he can just auto attack to swirl. His passive also gives 80 elemental mastery to the team, which is great, and if you give him Thrilling Tales, he can also give 48% attack to Xiangling. He can also just stay on field and auto attack to proc Swirl and Xingqiu swords, and the Swirl will do decent damage if you build him with full EM and level him to 90. So yeah, he does have a lot of synergy with the national team, and he's not just a bench warmer. The next team is Taser. For a Taser team with him, you would need 2 Electro characters and 1 Hydro character, which is the typical Taser team setup. For the Electro characters, you can use Fischl, Beidou, Ye, Miko, and maybe even Kuki, though I haven't personally used her as I don't have her. A full EM Kuki should put in some decent work in an Electro charge team. While she may not put as much damage output as the 3 I mentioned just before, she should still be fine as you will have a healer in that team with her, which is great if you don't have any other healers and you have trouble surviving. For the Hydro slot, you can use Kokomi, who will provide you with very good Hydro application and provide you with a lot of cooling, which completely negates Kuki's purpose here, which is why if you are using her, do not use Kuki in the same team. You can also use Xingqiu, Yelan, and Ayato, and you can also use Barbara if you have really no other options, though she wouldn't trigger as much electro charge off field. And the last team is Freeze. You can also use him in Freeze teams. With forward descent, he will shred crab resistance. He works fine with your typical Ayaka, Ganyu, etc. freeze teams. He's not as good as Venti, Kazuha, Sucrose because his crowd control is lackluster to say the least. But if you don't have those 3, he's a decent option. You can also stay on him for freeze as he's a catalyst and he will not shatter. So you can run a Hydro off-field DPS like Xingqiu and a Cryo off-field DPS like Rosaria, Kaya, Ganyu, etc. and make a Heizhou on-field freeze team. Though in my experience that didn't really go super well, but you can try it out for yourself. And those were some Heizhou team comps. Like I said, with him being an anemo catalyst means he can use forward descent and Thrilling Tales, which makes him a pretty good option for a lot of teams, even excluding these 3 that I talked about today. Anyways, that's it with this video. I am Dark Note. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.